Hi, I'm Angelle Batten, health coach from AngelleBatten.com, and I am here with
Chef Jackie White from PrepLikeChef.com.
So it's that time of the year again, and we are talking about how to choose the best lunch containers for your family, because school is like right around the corner.
I know, and I don't like when they leave me and go back to school, but it's just a fact of life. I find this time of year busier than Christmas.
Yeah, it's like gearing up. So we want you to really think about packing healthy lunches, and we have another video coming up about how to pack a real and balanced lunch really quickly, but this video is all about the containers. So let's just talk through, okay, let's just get real. You have a high schooler, high schooler, right? And I have a high schooler and two middle schoolers. So things have changed over the years in terms of what we pack their lunches in, right?
Oh yeah.
So for many, many years, we did the laptop lunch boxes, which we love. My kids did these like through.
But they're still great for trips. So keep it after they grow up.
Yeah, we use these all the time for our family for trips. These little laptop lunch bento boxes. They come in great colors. So because aesthetics are important, what things look like. But these are great because of the little containers. I use them all the way. My kids probably through 6th grade, 6th or 7th grade, and I use them as a teaching tool, which I'm going to talk more about in the next video. But they come with an ice pack, and they come with silverware and all these containers and little containers with lids, so they were perfect.
And you could get an insulated bag to go with them.
Insulated bag. You open it up and the food is right there, which is what I loved, especially when they were younger. The food was just right there, super easy.
And I love it because it presents itself like a dinner,
yeah.
like what you have when you're sitting with your family. So when they're young like that, it brings that certain amount of comfort that you're at home. And they're starting school and everyone's nervous about school lunch, and Johnny has this lunch box, and should I be buying? So when they have something that's comfortable and consistent and they've seen it, that's something that can bring them peace throughout the day.
And you can make your own little version of Lunchables.
So I have seen older kids use it, but none of ours do.
You know, now with my older kids, we kind of do insulated bags. So there's so many different cute insulated bags out there. And then for my guys, you'll see lots of the dark navy blue. The packet is kind of cool because it actually is insulated, has like ice pack in there, and you can just put it in the freezer, and it's chilled bag. So
yeah, it's fantastic. Then you just roll everything into it. I have the simplest child of all and didn't think you needed an example of this. He is a brown paper bagger.
Carson is a brown bagger.
He has always eaten everything at room temperature, so it's never been an issue for him.
So yeah, I want to talk about that. So now my kids are using a lot of just these little Rubbermaid containers, and we have thermoses. We have a variety of thermoses that we use because in the fall and winter especially, we're sending soups and stews and things like that.
And scrambled egg bowls, mashed potato bowls.
Okay, so this is an issue. So when you're thinking about how to choose the best lunch container, I mean, aesthetics is important. Your child's age is important for sure, to make sure it's easy to use, especially for little kids. But you want to make the food look appealing, but there's a big concern about keeping the food cold enough or hot enough. I know a lot of moms ask me about that, and I'm kind of an oddball because I've never ever. You're like, really? You're an oddball? I've never worried about that. I wouldn't say never, but really rarely have I ever worried about that. So
well, most schools start between 8:30 and 9, and their lunches start at 11:30.
Yeah.
So that's the common time. So we're talking 2 hours. So when you go to a party, food sits out for 4 hours and everybody eats it and they're not concerned.
So as a chef, I mean, you have some guidelines about this. So in terms of hours, food being at room temperature.
It depends how I send it. So I send most things frozen and let them thaw. But produce, that you pick out of the garden. I would never waste my time trying to keep produce cold unless it was something my child preferred from a taste standpoint. So most things that are going in there, like our colorful carbs, don't need refrigeration.
Yeah, I will have to say that I just used to think, well, I'm not going to make this harder on myself, so I'm not going to be overly worried about heating something up because they're going to like it better, or making something cold because they're going to like it better. I just kind of wanted to train them to just eat it,
Yeah, I didn't even
cold, even if we normally eat it hot at home.
yeah, Bob and I always were on the move when Carson was small, so he never considered if things were hot or cold. He was so happy to get a meal, you know, because everything, you know, when we're packing and bringing things and we're driving an hour to visit my parents, we always had something with us. So.
I think kids are really adaptable, and so they just get used to certain things. But if I think if your child is, you know, if you've sort of made it so that you only serve foods hot that you think are supposed to be hot, and they're used to that, you might have to change it up a little.
Well, you can use a thermos.
Yep.
A lot of soups are good at room temperature, but they're fantastic. This will be warm by the time they get it. And if it's something I'm concerned about more, I would freeze it and send it frozen. So like a meatball or something. I might freeze that and use it as its own ice pack.
Yeah, and in a couple hours it's thawed enough.
Oh, it's thawed all the way.
The center might be a little frozen still.
You just make them smaller. You have to adjust.
There you go. So really choosing the lunch container, you know, think about it now, look around, aesthetics, of course, ease of use for depending on your child's age, but also the whole non-toxic, you know, you want to, I think most now, you know, I don't know about most, but there are a lot of options in terms of less toxic plastics.
Better for the environment.
Better for the environment. The lead issue, of course, you want to make sure that you have something that has been tested to not have lead in it. But other than that, I think, you know, there's some great, not very expensive options out there.
Yeah, there's tons now. It's never been bigger. So this is how you do it. Now go out there and do it.